Rhythm is a dancer. I need a companion. Girl, I guess that must be you. Body like the summer, touch it like no other. Don't you tell them what we do. Don't you.
What's up, everyone? It's Books&Looks TV. So today I wanted to discuss a bit about Jorja Smith, who is a bi-ethnic R&B singer from the UK. I thought it was interesting to talk about her because she recently has lost weight after being someone who was slim, put on some weight, and just lost weight. And it's just interesting how different conversations are flowing along. Personally, I do think that she never lost her pretty privilege. I do feel like lighter skinned women who have bigger bodies and who are already popular, they might be teased, but a lot of people say they look good. Like you think about even Rihanna, not saying she doesn't look good, but I feel like anyone else who wasn't Rihanna probably would be like ridiculed. And even the same with Jorja Smith. And I think that we should talk about that. And I'll probably get more to that later, but I just want to throw that out there. So anyway, this isn't really to bash Jorja Smith. This is just a look at the accusations of her being an industry plant, fat phobia, pretty privilege, and just general controversies overall. Jorja Smith is a British singer-songwriter whose voice effortlessly blends soul, R&B, and jazz. And in 2016 is when she really took off. A lot of people feel like her vocals are beautiful and she has some like really good songwriting, or rather lyrics. But then there are some people who feel like her voice isn't very strong and really her looks carries her. And a lot of people say that about like light-skinned bi-ethnic people, but I guess it just depends on your preference and what you like. Me personally, I like some of the baby whisperers or whisper singers, especially those who can write. I feel like Aaliyah was a whisper singer. I feel like Maya was a whisper singer. But those are people I enjoyed growing up. But I also feel like the idea of them having certain features made them also more marketable. So I'm not going to deny those things don't exist. I just want to say that really, it just depends on what you view as talent, etc. Nonetheless, a lot of people argue that Jorja Smith's talent is raw and her artistry is unfiltered. But some people do raise important questions about the nature of fame and the complexities of those navigating the music industry as biracial women. Smith's rise to fame can be traced in part to her high-profile collaboration with Drake.
1 million followers
Really?
on Instagram. Do you think that's weird? When I moved to London, I had about 500.
Yeah.
It's
Now
weird.
you got nearly 1 million.
And that's like, it's quite a lot.
Do you know who Janet Mock is?
No.
So Janet Mock is this really amazing woman. Actually, I think she's written 2 or 3 books, and she talks about this thing called the pretty privilege, of like people act like it doesn't exist, but it does.
No,
I remember when I was
does.
watching that my podcast, my favorite podcast ever,
Which one?
and I was like, Georgia, they're talking about you on the podcast, and you was like, what did they say? And I was like, Drake, and that you're pretty, and you was like, but I'm an artist first, and I was like, yeah, that must be really frustrating.
Yeah.
Do you get worried that people don't listen to you for the right reasons?
A load of Twitter don't even know I make music.
So mad.
They just think I'm a pretty person.
Yeah.
Thing is, when I first put out my first song, there was nothing.
There was no
There was no
image,
image.
no
So I was
pictures.
like, well, I know that people listen to Blue Lights because they like the song, they like
Yeah.
what it meant, they like my voice. But it is true, pretty privilege. And we have this, there was some Jorja Smith versus Colorism
Oh, yeah.
debate.
Yeah.
I understand. I get it. I'm a conversation starter.
In 2017, Smith featured on More Life with the track Get It Together, which exposed her talents to a global audience and significantly boosted her career. Drake's co-sign has long been a powerful tool in the industry. A lot of people will say he's with the next top hottest girl or herself and her artistry regardless of industry's expectations. In regards to her song Blue Lights, she told Complex in 2018 that she wanted to make music to make people think about things that matters. And in this song, it pretty much talks about injustices, and some would interpret it as police brutality. Now, there have been rumors online that she stole this song, and I don't know. I know when it comes to like songwriting, etc., that some people might take credit or they don't get acknowledged. But nonetheless, that is a bit of her controversy, that as much as this song blew up, that it was not her song. But this is something I don't know. This is just what I heard, okay? She also had a song called By Any Means, which a lot of people reference to Malcolm X's famous quote, by any means necessary. Looking at her lyrics, it does to me look like she's talking about racial injustice, or rather social injustice. And again, there has been even more scrutiny when it comes to Jorja Smith. So according to The Independent, after the pandemic led to the end of live performances, the song Pink Black Girls was released, which quickly gained popularity. Okay. This artist named Annie, it was her song. She had a feature by this dark-skinned woman named Amia Brave. You know, of course, people love the song. It was beautiful, right? But when she had the live performance, Annie, and Jorja Smith was featured, it amassed millions of views. And a lot of people feel like it took away from the song's theme or meaning about beautiful Black girls. Not to say that some people don't acknowledge biracial as Black or partially Black, but they just felt like it wasn't getting the recognition based on the person who was rightfully so on the original song. And a lot of people also compared the fact that the song with Amia Brave had less views than Jorja Smith being on the song. And I'm wondering what y'all think. Do y'all think it's because people knew Jorja Smith more, or do you think it's just because beauty preferences? What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. Nonetheless, the decision to replace Brave with Smith, again, smart criticism, with many seeing it as an instance of colorism. Both artists acknowledged that the optics highlighted complexities behind the decision, noting that Smith would attract more views. And Annie says, for example, I think it is hugely the industry's fault. Obviously, I don't know what went on behind the scenes, yet there is a pattern of darker skinned women being replaced by light skinned biracial women in the music industry. So Amia lost income, and many Black onlookers felt that Black representation was misplaced by this ethnic woman. Like, Jorja could have literally set this one out, or even show her face in the background and minimal if getting views was that important. Yet at the same time, biracial women being used as pawns or objectified is just a reflection of overall misogyny and white supremacy, in my opinion. Perhaps unrelatedly, Jorja Smith told The Guardian in 2018, "I don't want people to think I'm trying to be something I'm not." Additionally, there was this.
Down here hurting from a broken heart, trying to figure out how this is real, 'cause they're never coming back down. They belong to the stars in the clouds.
There's a saying that white silence equals violence, which I completely believe. And I think light skinned silence also equals violence. The only context that Jorja Smith spoke about colorism was in relationship to herself, complaining that people were saying she's only successful because she is light. Rather than turn that into a meaningful discussion or discuss her privilege in any way, she simply branded these people as haters, stating that, "I get it, I'm a conversation starter. Someone will always have something to say." There are also allegations of colorist bullying against her, with this post from an anonymous dark-skinned girl, which was originally posted in the comment section of a video on YouTube titled "Dark-Skinned Girl Explains Colorism." There's a famous singer that I used to go to school with, mixed race, Black and white, and she had light skin. She would go out of her way to bully me every single day. Bully me about my appearance, especially because I have dark skin. She called me names related to my skin color, and now she's famous. She's now surrounded by people of my skin color and suddenly wants to be associated with it because she knows that with that kind of music she makes, the audience most of the time are people that look like me. But everybody loves her, so I know that if I said anything about her, that stupid narrative of jealous, mean, dark-skinned girl will be put upon me. She later revealed that the singer was Jorja Smith, but explained she would not be calling her out or speaking about this publicly because of the possible repercussions. Obviously, this is just an anonymous comment on the internet and might not be legitimate, but the fact that the poster was reluctant to say who the famous singer was and that she won't be going public with it makes me think this is legitimate. Coupled with the fact that Jorja has not spoken out against colorism, I'm inclined to believe this, as stated by Evangeline. And so I'm just going to leave the screenshots up here. The rise of colorism, where lighter skinned individuals are often granted more visibility and opportunities than their darker skinned counterparts, is a key issue that biracial artists like Smith must contend with. That's me saying this loosely. I feel like a lot of people are misusing colorism to talk about biracial people and black people when colorism should be within the black community. But I feel like oftentimes or lately, a lot of people are misplacing biracial people as light-skinned blacks. But I know the intention, but I mean, I feel like at this point we should just say racism or pretty privilege nonetheless. While some have criticized Smith for benefiting from, I'd even say, skin color privilege due to her lighter skin, it is important to recognize that her success is not a result of her appearance alone. She has also been fat shamed primarily on Twitter. According to The Independent, Jorja Smith has addressed weight-related criticism she received on social media, emphasizing that the focus on her body rather than her music was overwhelming. She acknowledged that her body had naturally changed over time, but remained firm in not letting online negativity affect her. This reflects fat phobia, where societal pressures prioritize body image over other qualities, like talent. Sabrina Strings notes that fat phobia is rooted in the intersection of race, gender, and societal expectations of beauty, showing how these biases shape public perception. Representation in the music industry is a crucial aspect of Smith's success, especially for bi-ethnic individuals who have long been underrepresented in both British and global entertainment. According to a YouGov survey in 2020, 40% of young people in the UK say that artists like Jorja Smith are central to discussions on racial justice. Her visibility as a successful biracial artist offers a form of representation that is rare in a country where mixed-race individuals often face challenges in being seen and heard. Smith's rise challenges the conventional notion of what it means to be a successful bi-ethnic artist in the UK, pushing against the boundaries of racial and cultural identity. So now I'm going to play some public opinions, and then I'm going to conclude.
Jorja Smith losing weight and then getting all this love again is so triggering. Why is it that men in the entertainment industry can look like they literally just snuck onto Earth literally yesterday? They put on a little bit of weight. Oh, it's a sexy dad bod. But God forbid if you're a woman, it's so much worse. Like, I feel like in the UK, fat phobia is like on a different level. Like, the US isn't even fat phobic. The UK is so fat phobic. It's really bad. Why, as a woman, is your talent not enough? Why do you have to be this epitome of beauty in order to be seen as like valued or worthy? It's so strange, honestly, but it also shows you how quickly pretty privilege can turn on you. It's just honestly shocking how shameless men are. They are so shameless. They literally called her everything under the sun for gaining some weight. All of a sudden, she was not the creme de la creme anymore. She was not the apple of their eye anymore. And that was just a couple months ago, and she loses weight again, and they're checking for her again. It's just so crazy. Anyway, she looks great and she's killing it, which is what we love to see. But this is why you can't build your self-esteem and your self-worth based on what men have to say, because they're confused themselves.
Jorja Smith, before and after. And look, you look perfectly fine, okay? Make sure y'all tell her she looks perfectly fine. This was nice. This was nice, right? Never heard a song from her, by the way, right? But this was nice, right? I tell you right now, we going for it and we love it. Y'all think there's only supposed to be one type of look in this world. Like, that snatch shit really ain't even all that. We like the little pouch. I need to get under. I need to hide in the winter. Ain't no such thing as the perfect body, all right? Trust me. There's no such thing. So all the shame of her, no. No. We love it. Jorja, we love it. We all love it. Trust me. Me and the guys that get to nailing, all right? Do not get the BBL. Don't do it. You good. You are good. Like, this was cute. Get over here. We playing drumline on that tummy all night. You bugging. Tell me you don't like it. You just a little kid. That grown woman.
As Smith continues to carve out her place in the music world, her career serves as a powerful reminder that success in the industry is never just about talent. It's about image. It's about race. It's about navigating representation and the expectations of both fans and critics. And most of all, your criticism that can come within. Because Jorja Smith has talked about like mental health as well. I think the overall question remains, can Jorja Smith, with all the layers of her identity and career, ever escape the industry's need to categorize and define artists, or is this a part of the price to pay for making it in today's world of celebrity? Let me know your thoughts down below. And thank you